Good afternoon and welcome to the ICO briefing for the 2026 Australian Awards for University Teaching. For those that I haven't yet met, my name is Amy Castles and I am the Programme Manager for this award season. And I'm looking forward to working and collaborating with you all over the next few months. So before I jump into the content, I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which I am hosting from today, the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and I'd like to pay my respects to elders past and present. I also extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us online. So some of the agenda items that I will be covering today include key dates, award types, and the nomination process. There will be time for questions at the end. However, if you do have any questions or comment at any time throughout the presentation, then please do call out. As I mentioned at the start, I am the only one from UA at the moment managing the call, so it's quite tricky for me to manage the call, the presentation, and the chat. So please feel free to jump in with any questions or comments that you do have. So the main change to the programme for this year is that we've moved to an in-house model, which is going to be delivered by Universities Australia. So this means that we have a new programme team, myself, and some contact details as well. However, all other aspects of the programme will remain the same. I'd like to take this opportunity to say a huge thank you to Angeline Sim, to Professor Ange Carboni and the team at RMIT University for their leadership and delivery of the programme. Angeline has been so helpful in helping get me up to speed and sharing all of her knowledge of the programme. So I just want to say a huge thank you to her. So firstly, welcome to our new ICOs joining us this season, and a huge thank you to the returning ICOs this year for their continued support. I understand that the role is in addition to your day-to-day role, and I do really appreciate the time. I do really appreciate the time and effort from you all in getting involved. The role of the ICO is incredibly important to the success of the awards programme, and we really couldn't do it without you. You are the main connection between your institution and the awards programme, and your support helps ensure that the awards are promoted, applicants understand their requirements, submissions are uploaded onto the nomination portal, and that important updates reach the right people at the right time. I'm not sure which channels you all use within your institution for promotion. However, if there is something that is missing and I can support you in any way, then please pop a note into the comments or feel free to give me a call or send an email after this session and I can look into helping you out. So before we jump into the award types, I'd just like to highlight some of the key dates for the programme. So June and July is our planning and preparation phase, and this is the time where nomination packs and promotional materials are updated. The nomination period for this year will be open from the 24th of August to the 10th of September, and during this time, nominations can be uploaded onto the online portal. The assessment period takes place between October to December, and I will talk to that in a little bit more detail later on in the presentation. And then the awards are announced in February. I'm just going to pause. Does anyone have any questions today, or will I keep going? Oh, good. I'll keep going. Thanks. So for this award season, we are continuing with the same awards from the previous years. We've got the citations, the programme awards, teaching awards, Teacher of the Year awards, and the Career Achievement Awards. Now, each award is specific as it has its own requirements and documentation, but please note that there are nomination guidelines, which are a really great resource, and they can help support you through the nomination process. They are all available on the UA website, and I'll also send you a link to all the resources after this call as well, so you have them. So to talk about our first award, we've got citations for outstanding contribution to student learning, and these recognise and reward individuals and teams for their significant and sustained contributions to improving student learning in higher education. So if you're not familiar with this award, you have to select an appropriate discipline category. So there's 8 to choose from. And then, if applicable, to select a nomination category from early career, Neville Bonner, and for sessional staff. If there isn't one that is applicable, then there is the option to select none. Then once you've chosen your categories, you then choose one subcategory, which best reflects the contribution. And this is what you will be rating to. So we've got approaches to teaching, the development of curricula, effective assessment practices, and innovation or leadership that has influenced enhanced learning and teaching. With the citations, there are also a number of supporting documents that you have to provide. So if you are, you will have to produce a team statement of contribution. This is for team nominations only, and this just purely explains the role of each team member and the percentage of the contribution. There are also 2 letters of reference that you'll have to provide as well, and if you can, a digital photo of the team or the individual. For the awards for programs that enhance learning, for this award, you will need to select an appropriate category. Then for this one, you actually have to provide responses to all of the 4 selection criteria. For the programme award, there is more information to attach than the citation. You've got claims against criteria, you've got the team statement, if applicable, 2 letters of reference, supporting materials, including a video and website link, and a digital photo of the team or the individual. Then on to the third category, which is the teaching awards. So the teaching awards are more detailed, and they definitely require a lot more preparation. So the process for the teaching awards, you have to select an appropriate discipline category. Then, if applicable, you have to select a nomination category. Then you have to provide responses to all 4 subcategory criteria, and then provide responses to all 4 selection criteria. And in addition to the nomination form, there are also a number of attachments to include, such as the claims against criteria, a CV for each individual. You've got a team statement of contribution, 2 letters of reference, supporting materials, a video and a photo. Now, as I did say earlier on, there are nomination guidelines available on the website, because I do realise that this is quite a lot of information to take in at this stage. So I will share the nomination guidelines with you, so you've got all the information to hand. With the teaching awards, as you can see in here, there is a lot of information that is required for this award type. So we would recommend that you start with the citation to see how you got on first. And if you've got all the appropriate information for the award, then by all means, please put forward the nomination in that category. We've also got the Teacher of the Year award. You don't have to do any further preparation for that. One winner will be selected from all the nominations received through the Teaching Award category. And our last award is the Career Achievement Award. So in the next couple of months, Vice-Chancellors will be invited to nominate one individual from their institution who meets certain criteria for the Career Achievement Award. I will give you a heads up as well prior to the invitation link being sent out, because I know that the VCs may require some support from you in helping put together that nomination. So the criteria for the Career Achievement Award is an individual that has made an outstanding contribution to learning and teaching, an individual who's been recognised for the impact that they've had on higher education sector. They've achieved accomplishments that have had a major influence and left an enduring legacy, and they've served in higher education for 25 years. And we've also got the Neville Bonner Award as well, which I'm just calling out a special mention for. So this prestigious national award recognises exceptional contributions to Indigenous teaching and learning within higher education. So in previous years, this award has been quite low in nominations. So it would be nice if we could actually drive promotion of this award this year to help increase the number of nominations. And there are a few different ways that you can apply for the award through citations or the awards, and you can also apply individually or as part of a team. Please note that if you are applying for a team award, then all members of that team must be Indigenous. And the nomination guidelines, which I will refer to, will provide further information into what's required for this award. So the nomination period will run from the 24th of August to the 10th of September. And during this time, ICOs will be able to submit nominations through the awards portal. We use a platform called SurveyMonkey Apply, and I know that there will be some people who will be comfortable in using the portal and others who have not yet seen it. So I will organise a few dates where I can take you through the portal and show you how to use it. So I'll put some dates in the calendar and get them sent through to you. And to help you prepare for the submissions, there are sample nomination forms which are available on the UA website, and these will help gather nomination information, endorsements and supporting material before entering the details into the portal. And again, at the end of the call, I will send over the link so you've got access to those forms as well. So once the nominations close, the eligible submissions go through to the assessment phase. Now, this process has 4 different stages. We've got the individual review, the collaborative review, the awards committee, and then the UA endorsement. So in the next few weeks, I will begin the process for recruiting assessors. DVCAs will be invited to recommend assessors from across the sector with the aim of bringing together a broad group of assessors within relevant discipline expertise. So in the first stage, assessors review nominations individually and consider how well each submission addresses the relevant criteria. Once they've then reviewed their allocated nominations, they will then join other assessors who have reviewed the same nominations, and they'll come together for the second stage, which is the collaborative review. So during this review, they discuss the nominations as a group, agree on ratings and feedback, and make recommendations on whether each nomination should receive an award. Then in the third stage, recommendations are considered by the awards committees. And this group includes experienced senior leaders in higher education, including many DVCAs. The committee reviews nominations within each award category and may accept or adjust recommendations before outcomes are achieved. And then in the final stage, recommendations are provided to the Universities Australia Board for their endorsement.